independent, who are out there grinding. Take those numbers and compare them to the few people who actually run in the top 25 on certain people's radio lists. You know what I'm saying? Then the numbers are in our favor. Yeah. And then with the internet, there's no stopping us.
Definitely.
And once people get that idea and they say, okay, I just gave my MySpace, but somebody in Australia just got it. Mm-hmm. And now somebody in Australia might download your music and get out there. Right. We've had people from Iraq, from London. You get hip hop. Hip hop is all over the world, and they'll tune in. Whether it be our show or some of the other shows we have, people are always tuning in. And Shades of Hip Hop has a huge movement. KRS, everybody has a huge movement. You start putting all those numbers together. Damn. That's all I gotta say. That. Go ahead. A.V.E. thing, man.
That's definitely real talk.
Yeah,
That's one of the reasons why like KRS One hooked up with us, because he realized that we was taking the power in our own hands, you know what I'm saying? Like in terms of radio, TV, magazine, on the streets and things of that nature. But one thing that we did with shadesradio.com is that the media is media. Like we look at put ESP51 over there. And what's so deep about that is that when you the media is media, now you know everybody. When you're not beefing with nobody, when you bring forth a peace treaty, you love by the masses of the people of the world, because you show each individual movement love. See, one thing that we represent, we don't just represent a movement, we represent a non-violent revolution.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's what Shades of Hip Hop is a non-violent revolution that brings other movements together to bring forth a revolution inside of America. And for the first time in the history of the world, there's a non-violent revolution going on called hip hop, where you can resolve conflict without stabbing, killing, or murdering somebody. You can sit down to the table of brotherhood. Actually, Dr. Martin Luther King, his vision was fulfilled at the I Have a Dream speech. He said one day, little black girls and little black boys shall sit down at the table with little white girls and little white girls and little white boys and say, free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last. You can't see that nowhere in the world but in the hip hop culture. You know what I'm saying? We sit at the table of sisterhood and brotherhood, and we unite based off of the common spirit. Like, for instance, like how could Red Hook and Brownsville come together? We come together based on that common spirit, right? You can spit, all right, let's show and prove that, and we come together. Versus saying, you from Brownsville, you from, you know what I'm saying, you from Bed-Stuy, Bushwick, we fighting each other. Yeah. So we broke down those barriers with hip-hop, and our parents, they dreamed that, but we are fulfilling their dreams. But now we got to take it to another level, and now we got to bring it back to the essence and respect those who brought hip-hop into existence, which is Africa Bambaataa, and utilize their principles of love, peace, unity, and safely having fun. And the safely having fun is so key, because so many people are engaging in fun activities, but they are not safe. You know, no matter what anybody say, today's activities of what people think is fun is not fun. I mean, cats popping pills in the club, sniffing coke in the club. I mean, I haven't seen it. You know what I'm saying? Little kids sneaking in the club, 15 years old. You got 28-year-old dudes having sex with girls in the bathroom. It's bananas right now. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So this is why the gospel of hip hop is coming into existence, to lay down that moral, ethical code of conduct that brought hip hop together, so that we could take it to the next level.
Exactly. And that's why I mean, I respect the work and the movement, because it's been around for 20 years.
Definitely.
Long, I mean, if you really go to the roots of it and everything. And it's building so much steam. Now, the last key of the whole thing was the technology. Technology has caught up with the movement now. Yeah. So now that's where now it's an even playing field. It wasn't before where it's like, that huge record label's doing that, and we don't have the resources. Right. We have the resources to do pretty much whatever we want.
It's going through the wire now.
Exactly. You know, where it's going to be to the point where internet will be actual TV. And it's already happening where any TV you buy right now has the adapter cable.
The DTV jump on.
Yeah. I could take a cable right now and have the internet just like that.
Right.
On a nice white screen and say, hey, look what's going on in Germany. That's crazy. Oh, shout out to Shadadex and 20 Ranks overseas.
That's what's gonna make this book right here in my hand, The Gospel of Hip Hop,
That's
you know what I'm saying? A lot more powerful. You know what I mean? Like, it's just the fact that we can get into the wire, man. And like, I mean, there's people tuned into the show right now who can't tune into other radio stations.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? But through the internet, man, we here representing.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
And my thing is with the other radio stations, I mean, big up to them too, you know what I'm saying? We don't got
Yeah.
no names. And the reason why I say big up to them is because if it wasn't for them, it would not be a ShadesRadio.com or ESP51. Why would I say that? We got so dissatisfied with the playlist that we wanted to create our own radio station. So they pushed us to do what we supposed to be doing anyway.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So they pushed us,
And that's
so
where we at.
so big up to them, you know what I'm saying? Because if it wasn't for them, they wouldn't. I mean, I know I wouldn't probably even thought about a radio
That makes a
station.
whole lot of
Yeah,
sense.
but then
You know
that's
what
what
I'm
happens. They hear what we playing, and then now they want to take over. Like,
Exactly.
oh,
Yeah.
we gotta listen to them more now.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So
And this is what we have to do on that level, though, Fresh. We have to unite, because what will happen is that when you coming from the hood, and when you desperate coming out of the hood, coming off of a Family First card out of Marcy Projects or out of a project out of Chicago somewhere, what happens is these industry cats will offer you $1 million.
exactly.
And then will you take it?
No.
Or will you say no?
No.
Now maybe you may say no, but another kid may
Another
say
kid
yes.
might
So
say
our
yes.
unity will stop that.
Right.
Because you would say, no, don't take the money, you can get the $1 million independently, and you have ownership versus you being on a contract for 10 years, and you don't own nothing, and you don't own nothing, you don't own your copyrights, you don't own your masters, and actually, ain't it deep that it's called the masters, and the copies called the slaves?
This is what I'm saying.
That's deep, right?
Right.
I just gotta ask that real quick.
That's not going in
Since you said slaves, that's basically what they want you to be.
Oh, that's what you are. You sound like
Exactly.
That's to the point where they're so slick, they'll sign an act and then bury the act
Yes.
just to keep them from going out there. And now you're contractually binded to not put out your music.
Exactly.
You can't leave. And they're like, we got you for 10 records.
Mhm.
We're not satisfied with your first one, so we're going to keep you here for the next 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then no one's going to know about you, but that helps us out because you were actually the competition.
Yeah.
And people don't even know that. And they'll grab an artist, and we all know about the shelf.
Exactly.
So we told the artists out there, they'll spend their life on the shelf. That's why we do the independent route. We do it how we want to do it and when we want to do it.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. That's a definitely good point too, because like what we're telling artists on the 17th, it's called independence or industry. Now I'm not like I'm disgruntled with, you know what I'm saying, the direction in which the music industry has gone in, but it's kind of a good thing because it really brings us back to when hip hop started. I mean, it was independent when it first started. You had Payday Records, you had Fourth and Broadway, you had so many independent, you had Tommy Boy. These was independent companies, but what happened was the artists started to get offers from the mainstream companies because most of them was rock companies, rock and R&B companies, but then they caught on to the rap music. And then they started offering $1 million contract, 1.5, and then artists went with it, and then they started signing off their masters and started signing off their publishing deals, and then they got caught up. So now it's coming back to its origins now of the independent level.
And see, right here, right now, we're gonna actually show you what we can do. We got A.V.E. Records in the building, and we're gonna play some joints.
A.V.E. Records.
That's the mix CD or is that the album?
No, that's like a mixed CD, you know.
Mix CD. So we're gonna play a couple of joints over that now.
What do you want to get into from here, man?
Um,
Let me know.
We should get into the single that we definitely trying to push is called Yes Sir. That's number 12.
We going to number 12.
Get
man.
it in.
Intro that.
And again,
You know, fresh A.V.E. Records, you know, we presenting Blasting North on ESP51. Yes sir. That's how we do it, man.
Yes, sir.
BK.
Let's go. Yo, Rebel, thank God. This is
What just happened?
I don't know.
it's live radio. We're gonna
So good.
this is KRS-One's publicist.
Okay.
To stop the violence movement, you know that we did the interview and everything. The book out. You got a book right there, though. That's crazy.